trainer's gone to sleep. One, two, check, 1, 2. Let's go. It's Saturday. Cycling with the Black Cyclist. Let's do this. We're good to go. We're here. Okay. So it's a late start, but we are here. We are dual streaming. So thank you for joining Saturday bonus ride on the big Zwift spin, or the Zwift big spin. We are doing the Sand Sequoias route. It's 22.4 kilometers of distance with 180 meters of elevation. So relatively chilled ride. We do some nice riding through the countryside. There's some nice sequoias, obviously. Lots of scenery to see. We head up on the jungle circuit. It's the route that you'd take it if you was going to do the Alpe de Zwift or Alpe d'Huez. But obviously we don't turn up to climb that mountain. Not today anyway. We're good to go. I hope you're well. Okay, so shall we talk about what's coming up on today's ride? Woo! As always, we're going to be talking cycling and fitness. Whether you've used Zwift before or this is all completely new to you, I'll give you some refreshers. Also take you through some of the basics, demonstrates how to use some of the power-ups. But we are here just pretty much doing a zone 2. Thankfully, this is a relatively flat route. There's a little bit of climbs in the middle. Whew. As I say, this first section is the sandy bit through the desert. So this is the Tempest Fugit route. Perfect to get warmed up. And obviously I'm a little bit late. If I was looking to catch up the rest of the group, this would probably be a perfect opportunity. Go flat out while it's nice and flat. But we're just going to chill all the way to the end. 21.5 kilometers. Okay, so thank you for joining. Whew. So let's check out some of the things we've got on the screen. Starting from the top left, you can see the power that I'm putting out. Currently doing about 140 watts. My pedal revolutions, RPM, is around about 85. My heart rate's 131. Once we get settled, that should probably sit at around about 140. Calories burnt. Watts per kilogram gives you an indicator as to the effort I'm putting out. And in the middle of the screen, you can see there my speed, 31 kilometers per hour. I've traveled just shy of a mile, 1.5 kilometers, and there's been 5 meters of elevation. We are on the Fugo flats. Woo. You can also see my elapsed time, 5.5 minutes down, and it's 20.7 kilometers of distance left to go. And top right of the screen is the map showing you what's coming up ahead, the topography. You can see what levels are flat and what hills are left to climb. And right there you can see it's pretty much all in the middle. My second fan has kicked in. Let's do a ride on to Townsend using my Zwift click controllers. So I mentioned earlier we have Powerups in Zwift. Gonna do some demos of these Powerups. This will be the kind of like the final one we're going through at the end, where we get hopefully win the cowboy hat. But right now it's just a Powerup, Aero, Draft, Feather or XP. I'm going for Draft. Yes, it's Draft. Perfect place to draft. So I won't fire off the draft just yet. We have got quite a while until the next Powerup anyway. At least 10, maybe even 12 kilometres. So I'm hoping we'll either catch up some of the other riders ahead, or we will get swarmed by a group of riders behind. Probably unlikely behind because I did start off a little bit late, just trying to set up the dual stream. If you're watching on mobile, on the live, you should have a better setup, hopefully. Anyway, I'm enjoying a nice zone 2. Heart rate is nicely in the low 130s. My legs feel kind of heavy, but this is still part of the warm-up for me. It's good to spin the legs. Nice. Okay, so we're going to be doing some big ups, shout outs, any of your achievements that you're proud of. Feel free to give yourself a shout out in the chat. But there's a bit of a sandstorm happening up ahead. Oh, and I did actually hire the seat on the bike. So it kind of feels a little bit better, but I think I'm still getting used to this slightly changed seat position or seat height. It's been a great week. So what have I been up to? So obviously it's been Easter week. Enjoyed a bonus bank holiday. Extra day off work. Although I have been working the rest of the week. Working from home. Nicely chill, just catching up on some work. Time for some home workouts. Just a bit of yoga, core and stretching. Keep my fitness regime on the check. Don't know what it is though. I feel as I'm getting older, I'm definitely starting to feel like more effort is required just to get motivated and stay motivated. Is that good? The last week I had it at a position so it looked like it was coming out of my handlebars. I'm glad that that hill's not till the middle. 10 minutes in, legs are still feeling a little bit heavy. Maybe lower this seat a fraction more. Yeah, and the rest of my week, I've been able to jump on a bit more of the PC gaming. if that's your thing, you like a bit of gaming, you can catch me on Sundays from 6 PM GMT at playing Trackmania as the new tracks launch, and a few days through the week. And of course, if you want to join me, just like you can join me riding Zwift, check out some of my other videos for information on how to do that. Right, let's have a look. So this rider in front, only doing less than 1 watt per kilogram. So probably not the best person for me to demonstrate using this draft powder up on. We'll give them a ride on though. Five kilometres down, so he seems to be slowly seeing some more greener vegetation on the Sand Sequoias route. Heading towards the mountain, if you look in the background you can see some dinosaur relics and bones. We're about to enter the Jurassic World portion of Zwift. Looks like I can catch up Al Davis, fellow Brit. That might be my opportunity to demonstrate the draft power off. They're 24 seconds ahead though, and currently going a lot faster than I am, so chances of me catching them up is pretty slim. So Trackmania has been my latest addiction. Only thing is though, it's like I'm not used to playing like a game that I'm not also putting the effort in. And I know Zwift technically isn't a game, but it is in the gaming section. Although, obviously without me pedaling, nothing moves. Whew. So hence, I need to jump onto the bike today. Can't be getting on fit. And mix it up. Let's do this. Saturday. No time to be shirking. If you want to stream, put a chat in the comments, unless you're lurking. We've got the legs, we're working. Sip the water, start burping. We ain't got no shit games to be shirking. Let's go. Lively. I'm probably going to be less enthusiastic when we come to that climbing section. 15 seconds now behind Davis. Up the effort a little bit. But not too much. I think I'll do some chasing on the hill. There's the superhero secret hideout lair just ahead. Right, looks like we've finally caught up Davis. 6 seconds ahead. Probably going to suffer now on the hill. Right, okay, so we're going to demonstrate how to effectively utilise one of the power-ups. So we're going for the draft power-up. I'm going to try and match the rider's speed ahead. And as I get closer, using my click controller, I'm going to press the Y button to activate. I can see the blue bar, saying I've got the maximum draft. This rider's slowed down quite a lot. I think they don't want me drafting them. Come on, dude. It's just for demonstration purposes. You can see the draft goes to maximum again. And what I will do, just as a little courtesy thank you, once this draft is over, I will jump in front of Davis and I'll do a pull for at least a minute. As a little thank you, I'll just give a little ride on. Thank you very much. And I can just press the down arrow on my left controller and it gives me a quick rear view so I can check to see that they're in my draft still. There you go. So Davis is benefiting from being shielded by me, enjoying my draft. They've just given me a bit of a ride on. Okay, so we're 13 kilometres left to go, 9.5 kilometres down. There's a mini climb coming up. Should only be about 3%, 4 at the most. Just going to try and prepare myself for it. Davis has fallen back a bit. Okay, so if you look at the top right of the screen, where the map is, you'll see a percentage figure says 0. That will start changing now as the gradient changes according to that colourful map just above me. So you know what's coming up ahead. You can prepare yourself mentally and physically. Currently 3%. Yellow. Blue sections is where it gets a little bit easier. Just realised the Zwift screen was minimised. Starting to level off now, 2%. So we've left the desert, a little bit of a climb into the mountains. You can see the scenery is all changed around us as we start to enter the Sequoia section. Those are ancient Sequoia trees, and if you look closely in the background, you might be treated to some wildlife, maybe a bear hunting for some honey. %. You can see my heart rate has climbed to 158. It might peak at about 162 on this section. And we've got some rollers now, up and down. So we do have a little chance of some recovery. There are still some ups and downs, but mostly downhill for a bit. I take this time to get some more oxygen into my lungs, feel some recovery in my legs. Prepare myself for that climb coming up. Oh yeah. Right, we are about halfway through. 10.5 kilometers left. A little bit of recovery. Just before the hill, you will notice my heart rate will fall a little bit before returning to about the 158 to 163, 164 on the climb coming up ahead. The trick for me when I get there, find a nice pace, so I'm spinning at about 85, 90 RPMs, maybe 95. So my legs are moving, I'm flushing out that lactate acid. And even though it might not seem that I'm moving very fast, very quickly, with the legs moving, I think it's a bit of a, like a mental trick, rather than just sort of like dwindling at about 65, 70 RPMs, grinding. Just get up there, nice and quick. Okay, so we got a little mini level bit. There's an actual dinosaur strutting. T-Rex. Jurassic World is very much alive in Zwift. Another one there. Diplodocus. We'll have a look of it. Triceratops. Can you name your dinosaurs? What's the most unusual animal you've spotted while cycling or watching Zwift? Pterodactyl flying ahead. I mean, I wonder how hard it was to animate those dinosaurs. Let's give a right on to Evans as I pass them. Okay, so now we've got a climb coming. Let's get some more fuel and hydration. 9 kilometers left. So right now I'm trying to get fairly comfortable position, but also try not to move any more than I need to, so I'm not wasting energy. I'm also trying to keep my upper body elevated, so I'm not squashing my belly, so I can get as much air into my lungs, driving my fuel, my power chain. Heart rate 164. I like giving ride-ons to encourage people. Best thing about climbing up a hard hill, the downhill, when you finish. Okay, my reward for climbing this hill is some downhill recovery. I'll be also get a power up. Probably going to be a feather. Aero. Oh, okay. I'm enjoying the fact I've got two fans on me. Feels like I'm actually going downhill. Get some life back in the legs, air in the lungs. A mini little climb at the end of this, but then it's downhill and flat the rest of the way. Less than 60 meters of elevation remaining on this ride, which has been probably say zone 2.5 to zone 3 average. We'll be doing a ride review as we get nearer to the end, but we're likely to finish this ride within 45 minutes. If you enjoy this stream, watching me suffer and talk cycling fitness, you can usually catch me here Mondays and Thursdays, live at 5 GMT. Live on Twitch, live on YouTube. Everyone's welcome. If you want to join me on a ride, you can find me or Black Cyclist on Zwift. All my other details you can find in my description and at the end of this video. Join me riding or join me watching, asking questions and just enjoying the fact that you're at home or wherever you're watching my stream from, watching me work out, and you don't have to. But if this helps you with a little bit of motivation to get started or to keep going, then that's all good. All good. And if you're local or localish, in the West Midlands area and you're a young kid or a young adult and you don't have a bike and you'd like a bike, I do give away reconditioned bikes that I collect from family, friends and work colleagues, and I give them out. So there's a bear to the left of the bear after its honey pots and picnic baskets. Whew. Okay, bit of recovery. .4 kilometers left. So if you've achieved anything lately, maybe you got yourself a new bike, hit a new PB in the gym, a new max deadlift, chest press, arm curl, maybe you got yourself a new PB on your mile, your 10k, registered for your first Ironman or park run. What is it? What's your fitness drive? Why are you here? Bit of an existential question. Not really. Just shout out what it is you like to do that keeps you fit. Also, what do you think of these streams? Occasionally I do a stream on the bike and they all have some structured topics, either some talking points, the latest things happening in the cycling community, maybe some cycling tech, new advances. But most times I like to just have a very rough framework of what I want to talk about. I then just go with it and take questions from the chat. So if you are in the chat, whether you're live or on the replay, feel free to post a question in any of my videos. I do check my analytics and data regularly. I do make an effort to reply to all comments while I still can. And there's a benefit to not being a massive streamer. Anyway, positivity should be my middle name actually. Penny Positivity, Black Cyclist. How does that work? KPBC. Yeah, we have fun here. Okay, so we're into the final 4 kilometers. Should we do a ride review? Today's ride was Sand Sequoias, 23.4 kilometers in distance, 180 meters of elevation. A ride that will probably take an average rider somewhere in the region of 45 to 50 minutes to complete. If you're going a lot faster, you're stronger and faster, you're racing round. Expect to do that in possibly 40, maybe lower. You can also go round at a nice leisurely zone 2 pace, whatever level you are, and you can be certain to finish this in around about an hour. So Sand Sequoias in the name, starts off in the desert across the Fugo Flats. So very flat for about the first 45% of the ride, a slight 3.5% incline to get you warmed up for a little climb that probably takes you a good 5 or 6 minutes just past the middle section. But by the time you get to there, you've exited the bleak deserts and you've entered the ancient sequoia trees. Lots of woodlands and scenery to see, bears climbing trees, dinosaurs roaming, and at the end of that climb you're rewarded with a nice downhill section. Lots of views to take in. So here we are, the final 3 kilometers, and we're still descending down the hill. Let's do a little friendly ride on. So flat for the final 5 kilometers. So a nice easy lead in, bit of work in the middle, and downhill flat at the end. I will finish this, as I was saying, in around about 45 minutes, maybe 47. But yeah, 50 minutes to an hour for an average paced rider going at about the zone 2. Add this to your list of interesting rides, not too hard, not too easy, like the Goldilocks version for an hour workout with a gradual warm-up, a little bit of work in the middle, and some nice downhill flat to get you chilled out. Hey, maybe something to do in your lunch hour. We've still got the Aero Powerup to demonstrate. So I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to use the Y button, activate the Aero. Now this gives me an Aero boost for around about 15 seconds. If I was in a race, I would use this strategically just as I'm coming up towards the finish line, or maybe on a hill if there's no finish line ahead. If you're lucky, you'll also get the feather power up at the end, but at least I've demonstrated 3 of the main power ups that you will get on a normal group ride. Obviously XP is just XP points, nothing to demonstrate there. 2K, let's go. Okay, so should I talk about where we are right now? So right now I'm cycling in the drops. So you've got the drops, which is the lower section of the handlebars. Then you've also got the hoods at the top. And then this bit here is like top bar or top frame. So hoods. Obviously here you're not really aero, but let's say you're climbing up a hill. Aero is not really making any difference because you're travelling so slow. You just want a comfortable position, or maybe just a bit of a break from being hunched down. But if you are looking when you're riding outside to get maximum speed, efficiency and aerodynamic, you want to be down in your hoods, head down, elbows tucked in, just trying to make yourself as small as possible and aero. Let me demonstrate. There you go. Now obviously, doesn't matter on an indoor bike, weight, aero, all that sort of stuff. It's already factored in by Zwift. Okay, we're coming up to the last 500 meters. We're hoping we can win the cowboy hat We've had a couple of wheels. The bike we're riding right now. We might have won the bike twice actually. This was actually the route last year that I won the BMX on, so if the Zwift gods are out there, they like a bit of a humour in what they do. Okay, so this is the Zwift Big Spin 2026. Give us a cowboy hat. Let's go, 46.45. Another draft on the Powerup. Okay, let's go. Give us a spin wheel. Cowboy hat, cowboy hat, cowboy hat. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, yes. Pop, pop, yo. Oh, yes. See, I told you the Zwift gods are out there. Awesome. So, stage 4, the Zwift Big Spin. So the Zwift Big Spin is a dynamite. Oh, hard hat. Okay. So maybe it's not quite the cowboy hat. We'll check it out anyway. See what we've got. As we cool down, let's have a look. There it is, dynamite hard hat. It probably won't go on though while the event is still activated. Let's just go back. Let's keep pedaling. It looks like we do still have it. So we're going to enjoy a bit of a cool down. So just we're going to have to keep riding then the Zwift Big Spin. Should we get the cowboy hat? But that's fine though. We like prizes. And also, the more we ride, the more gains. We like our gains. Let's change this view back to third person. Anyway, I'm Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. This was another bonus Saturday ride. If you like cycling and fitness, whether that's watching and chatting, getting some tips, or even finding something to give it that extra motivation, you can usually catch me here live at 5 Mondays and Thursdays, YouTube and Twitch. In between that, you'll get me on some bonus rides, resistance bands workouts, and of course playing Trackmania Sunday evenings from 6 PM, new tracks. It's Saturday, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching.